Here with WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. Now, Deontay, talk to us about the Alexander Povetkin. You know, the fight got canceled, banned substance. What were your thoughts when you found out the fight was not going to be happening?
My thoughts when I found out the fight was going to be canceled, it crushed me, you know. My mouth dropped. You know, my manager didn't even want to tell me until he really got all the details with the fight. You know, I got back home. I was highly disappointed, but I was a little depressed as well too. For the simple fact that I trained so hard, and people don't understand. Like camp is a different beast. People don't understand. They don't see the camp side of things. They only see when a fighter get in the ring and they think that's it. But you got to train. And when I train to be the best because I am the best. And a lot of people is trying to come and get what I have. So I put my body through so much. I sacrificed a lot. I even travel over to another country and still continue with my basic training, all to end up with nothing. When you go so far, it's like it's like working all day long, and I mean, we can put it like this: like working all week long, and you expecting this big check. You just started working,
right.
And you don't get nothing. They say, we're gonna have to let you go. You'd have done all this work, so you're like, "Where's my money?" You know what I'm saying? I didn't slaved. I didn't done. So in this particular, it was almost that feeling. But I want to fight, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it was kind of crazy and showed character on their behalf that a week of the fight, they decided to do such thing like this. I know they got like different things they said where he was clean, this is, but. You know, everything they say is something to counter for them, and is even a stronger counter than what they bring to the table. Just like them saying that he was clean. But if so, then why did he fail 3 tests? And the last one came back. That was the one that counted. The last, you was clean for the last 3. Somewhere in there, you said,
right,
we good.
I mean,
somewhere there, the Wilder came back and said we was leaving, but they came back the next day without unexpected, because they did me like that before too, and they got him. You know, I even heard that they tried to tell Wilder to send it to another lab first, and if that's true, then they already knew. We done messed up.
Now, a lot of fight fans were very excited about this fight. It was a 50-50 fight. Fight critics were split down the middle. Let's move forward. We got Chris Arreola on July 16th. I'm excited about that fight. We got 2 heavy hitters. Talk to us about that fight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting fight. I really do. And with this short notice, it was a lot of fighters. Well, just very, very few fighter that we could have choose from.
The short notice doesn't hurt you, right? Because you've already been in camp.
Because I'm always in shape. You know, I'm always in shape, and that's what it's been about, especially in this sport. In this sport, you gotta stay in shape. The fight game, you know, you gotta stay in shape because you're risking your life in there each and every time. And with this situation, it was a short notice, so we needed a guy that, no matter in shape, out of shape, come and fight with their heart and they're able to sell tickets. And that throughout that list, it was only one guy that stood out.
Right.
But what do you say to people who say that maybe Chris Arreola, that he doesn't really deserve this shot?
One thing about it, he may not deserve the shot. A lot of times we get things we don't deserve, you know, but sometimes you know, God shine His light on the fortunate of the few, you know, and he's one of the few that's fortunate to get continuously have a title shot. So this might be his last chance, but you know, he may not deserve it. But you tell me what fight that you seen a Chris Arreola in that was boring. That's what I would tell people. Go back and you tell me, this guy fight with his heart. He coming, whether he's in shape or not, and you know, they always make the excuse about the weight issue and stuff like that. I think that'll be throughout his career, but regardless of that, he comes to fight, and that's what we needed with this short notice and to sell tickets. So he was the perfect guy in our eyes. No matter what people may say or what they may think, you're gonna complain about whoever anyway, because expressing your opinion is free. Now, if you put a little money on somebody expressing their opinion, we go back to that movie with Eddie.
Show Me the Money?
Eddie Murphy. What, 1,000 words or something like that? Oh, yeah. We went to that. A lot of people would slim their chance of expressing their opinion, how they feel. Some people just express it just to be just to say things, just to be crazy. But you know, but you have a choice. Just like the airline said, you have a choice to fly with us, and thank you for choosing us. It's the same way with boxing. You have a choice to watch this fight. If you choose to change the channel and go somewhere else, then that's you. But most time when it's two guys that is exciting to see them fight, both me and Chris Arreola, who's not gonna watch that? Come on.
Two guys that are going to be fighting that are exciting. Two people looking forward to is Anthony Joshua, Dominic Brazil. He's making a lot of noise on the other side of the pond, and you're the young heavyweight here. What do you think about that fight and the possibility of maybe even fighting the winner?
You know, I love the winner. Just like with the Fury and Klitschko fight, I love the winner. I mean, all this is stirring up in a big pot of stew to end the year out with a big splash, a big bang. That's what I said. Yeah. October, November, I would love to have the winner of either one. You know, whether it's Fury, Klitschko, whether Brazil or Joshua. I would love that because my goal is to be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And I must, and I will have him. I will claim that name for him and be behind Lennox Lewis. And what that's going to do for boxing is going to increase it even more because now there's one face, that's one name, that's one belt, and it's Deontay Wilder. But what it does for the fans, they don't have to worry about who he's fighting or who he's gonna pick because once I get all the belts, I only want mandatories. That's all I want. I don't want nobody. I want to fight 4 times a year, all mandatories with the belts. You know, it's really 4 major belts. I want all mandatory, and that's the number 1 and number 2 guy facing off, getting in the eliminator, and I find the number 1 guy. And people, and you're gonna still see people complaining, or whatever. But what they gonna complain about?
You know, the heavyweight division is wide open. As he mentioned before, you got Anthony Joshua, you got Dominic Brazil, you got Fury, Klitschko. You want to be the number 1 guy. You also have contenders, you know, trying to fight for the title.
Correct.
What exactly can you do to be the number 1 guy? Because like I said before, there's so many champions.
Correct. Well, like I just elaborated on, having all the belts. That's determined who's the number 1 guy. You know, there's a lot of belts out here. You know, Joshua had one, Fury has the other, but there's only one prestigious and well-known belt. You know, and that's the WBC. And I don't care what fighter has what belt. Everybody wants in the heavyweight division for sure. They want the WBC because they want to put their name behind legacy. You know, behind the greats. You know, Muhammad Ali, Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, George. You know. The list goes on and on with champion, and I can say that I got the most prestigious belt in boxing. I don't care what they talking about, but I want them all though, and I think that one that has them all, where everybody, the fans of boxing, and even just your regular casual fan or not a fan of boxing, when they say the heavyweight champion of the world, they're gonna immediately know who it is because everybody's gonna be talking about one guy, one champion, one face.
They talk about big fights, right? And they try to marinate them now. They try to make them, it's bigger later. But it sounds like you want to take those big fights now. You don't want to wait. How do you react to that? Some people wanting to wait for fights to get bigger.
Well, that just lets you know that patience is a virtue. That's why I say that because everybody got a different level of patience. Everybody patient. You got to have patience, you know, for a certain thing. My patience is different from everybody else. I'm probably the most patient person maybe in this room. I may be lying, well, hey, I'm owning that, you know. But you know, as a human, sometimes we want it right now. We need it now, and people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand the business of boxing. It's definitely a business, and some of the great fights is going to happen. Some of them may not never happen. Some of them is going to happen down the line. What they don't understand is when they say it's a great fight down the line, that's for everybody, not only for the fans, but for the promotion, for the money, for wherever city it's going to be and stuff like that. Sometimes things are better left alone until later. It just works out that way, you know. And when the time comes, the same people that been wanting it early, they're gonna still see it later, you know. So sometimes it's good to have something a little later.
So man to man, did Povetkin, did he say anything to you like after this all happened, or was it just?
No, you know, I didn't even get to see him. I didn't get to look in his eyes. You know, I really wanted to look in his eyes and read him and let him know that I am here. But I didn't even get an opportunity to do that. You know, they took the coward way out, and we on to the next page. You know, that's the past right now. We let my people, lawyers, and everything else handle the situation right now. So, And we're just gonna leave it as that. You know, the past is past. I got to move forward, and moving forward. And we're talking about Chris Arreola. So.
Well, but when you did, just to finish that, when you say the coward's way out, did anybody, like, who talked to you officially, or did they just do it through your people?
Well, they did it. Well, we was about to leave to go because we was up in England to get acclimated to the timing and the weather, because it's only a 2-hour flight from there to there. So, you know, and we got a lot of family and friends in there, so we wanted to be comfortable as we continue our training. And so by the time we was about to leave to go to Russia, we got, my manager then got the call that some activities was going on that wasn't right. And he didn't want to tell me because he knew how much I bust my butt off in camp and how hard I trained for this. And it was a big moment for me because it was like USA versus Russia. And that's a big rival, you know, and I carried that on my heart because I love my country, I love where I'm from, and to be able to compete against a rival country, it meant a lot to me, and he took that moment away from me.
Would you be willing to go overseas again? Because I think you surprised a lot of people when you said, you know what, I'm going to go to his country, do it there. One, did you think you proved it a lot to people, and would you be willing to do it again, not for this fight, but for any other fight?
I mean, like I said before, the true meaning of being a world champion is to travel all over the world. That's just my theory of it. I believe, you know, a lot of guys don't want to travel because they feel like they'll get robbed or something like that, but I care about that later. I don't care about that now because it's only me and you in the ring, and my mission is to knock your head off each and every time. That's how Deontay got his name. And that's my goal, to let you visit a hospital. You know, since even before champion, I've been putting guys in hospital, I've been breaking them. You know, and then becoming champion, there's only one guy that haven't visited a hospital after me. And when they visit a hospital, it's nothing. They've been there for a couple of days. And that's my mentality. When you find Deontay, well, you better be in the best of your life. You better watch what you say. You're gonna get what you ask for. Even with this fight, Chris, he been talking. Now he getting what he asked for. But when I'm in the ring, I don't play around. It's too serious, and the things that I'm trying to do in this sport, I feel like they hold me down in the ring. So, with that being said, I try to get you out of there as fast as I can, and as painful as I can. I really mean that.
Deontay, what do you think about the Anthony Joshua fight versus Dominic?
I think it's going to be a good fight. You know, I definitely think Brazil got a big heart. And I think he's coming to fight, but you know, we've seen the same thing in Charles. Just talk. So we're gonna see. I think it's definitely gonna be a 50-50 fight, and may the best man win.
You think Anthony would be ready for a fight?